forgot what step we were on the turducken quest. I think we might be step 5. But we're going to take apart our little turkey so that we can put all sorts of good stuff inside it and roll him back up. Alright, so we're going to debone him. Now the easier thing about this versus the chicken is you don't have to take all the bones out of the wings and the legs. You want to leave those there because when you roll him back up, that's what makes him look, you know, still like a turkey. Alright, so we're going to come in here just like you do with the chicken. Oh, nice sharp knives. Gotta love it. Now, I gotta say, sometimes these take a little wrestling. So if if you've got a butcher that'll do it for you, more power to you. Let them. Alright, so what you want to do is come in and get his backbone out of there. Alright, I got my knife sharpened. I didn't sharpen my scissors. So we're going to move to better equipment. Let's see. There you go. That's what you're looking for. What's right under here, right next to that backbone?
Mom,
What, honey? He's got 10 more minutes. Okay, can you run back on out for me? Thanks. Okay, that's my youngest, so we're going to just keep going. Now, look here. I want to show you something. See that right there? That's the thigh bone. And he can make your life miserable like he's trying to do to me. You know what? This is how people cook. Very few people get to work all on their own. Alright. We all have children and the dogs that come in and out. Alright, so I've popped him open and we're looking for the tendons that are in here. Can you see that? You see where it's white right there? You don't actually have to cut through the bone. You're looking for the tendon in that joint. And if you separate that, oh, there it is. There it is. Come on. If you can separate that, it'll make, oh, thank you. Here we go. That did it. See? We've taken it apart right there at that joint. So the rest of this, in theory, should open up a little more easily, at least until we get up here where this wing is. Now, it doesn't take a whole lot of finesse. What it does take is a little bit of strength. There we go. Alright, you see, I've separated it all along that one side of the backbone. And you can see here, we've got the thigh, we've got the rib cage coming around to the breast. So, I'm going to take this other side off and not make you watch me wrestle with it. And give me just a second, and I'll be back and show you how to get that breastbone out of there. Alright, I ripped his little backbone out. Took me just a second. I had a joint that had a hard time getting through. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take the rib cage out. Alright, and you can see, here's where the backbone lay. All this stuff was attached. What we want to do is come in here and start releasing, can you see it? We tried to get rid of the miniature sun that we had shining a minute ago. All you're doing is taking the tip of your knife and you're following that line of bone around. Now, the only other place that you're going to have to get through is going to be right up here where that wing connects to the rib cage. Sometimes I get it when I'm taking the backbone out, and sometimes I don't. Now, one thing that you do want to do is try your best to keep, let's see, you want that skin intact here, because that's how you're going to roll him all up and get him back together. But as it releases, it becomes much easier to see kind of where things are and what you're after. There's the keel on the breastbone right there. I'm going to come under that. Can you see it? See that little white part? If you get your knife on the wrong side, it's no big deal. You'll feel it. It'll stop. It won't work. Okay. So, we're going to come up in here. And like I said, not much finesse, but a little bit of strength. Okay, so we're going to find the joint where that wing is. Now you're looking for, again, just like with the legs, you're looking for the tendons, which are white. and they're actually relatively simple to slice through. They'll stretch. You do not, by any means, have to go through the bones. And there are a ton of tendons in the wings. Like that one right there. So, locate your joint if you can find it, and sometimes that takes me a minute. I'm going to pop. Here's that one. And, yeah, that's going to almost let me pop it out of there. There we go. So there's one. And you're just separating that wing joint from the breastbone so that you can remove the breastbone portion. There you go. Ha! Triumph is mine. You can remove the breastbone portion and leave the wings intact. So, we've loosened them all up over here. It's a little weird, doesn't it? Now, turn him this way. And you can continue following that breastbone right down until you get to the other side. And it will all turn loose. It will all turn loose, I promise. Okay, now you see I've got it halfway. So we want to come over and do the same thing on this side. So, again, that's your brother who's always late for Thanksgiving. Did I say that out loud? Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to loosen them all up on this side just like I did on the first. And I'm not going to make you watch me wrestle it. But when it comes time for me to lift out this breastbone right here, I will be back. Let you watch me see how that works. Okay, I did go ahead and take the scissors and I trimmed off the ribs to make it a little easier for you to see what I'm doing. All I did was I went down this side of the rib cage just like I did on the first one, popped those tendons right there, and you see we've gotten all the way down where we're right in the middle. And all we're needing to do at this point is using the tip of our knife, find where that, am I blocking you? Find where that breast meat, it's right there in the middle. This is the never-ending breastbone. Check this out. There we go. Do it again over here. And of course we save all of our little bits and pieces because that's what makes our stock. Of course at Thanksgiving or Christmas or holidays or whenever, you use acres of the stuff, especially for making stuffing and dressing and soups and stews and gravy. Okay, hang on, let me get rid of this. Okay, so all you do at this point is just double check. Make sure you've gotten all those pin bones out of there. Pin bones, they're not pin bones, they're little bitty bones. And I do go ahead, just because these are icky. More tendons. I trim those off. I just don't think they're lovely. Alright, so this is what you're going to use to make your turducken. Now, if he's heavy and he gets slippery without bones. This is why when you assemble it, you need a second pair of hands. There. So, you see how he looks on this side? This is actually an awesome way to cook a turkey. If you put a baking sheet and then a big fat brick and throw that on the grill with lots of salt and pepper and yummy stuff. Oh, yummy. Alright, but this is all you have to do, and now this bird is ready to become a turducken. Still needs the duck and the chicken and all the stuffing, but he's ready to go. We're almost there. Alright, serious poultry cross-contamination issues with me, so I'm going to clean everybody up. I'm going to get him ready to go, and I'll be back to show you how to put every last bit of it all together.